So I've been getting a lot of questions on my Instagram, and today I'm going to make a Q&A out of all those. So questions related to fitness, working out and nutrition. So let's get into it. First question is, hi Hayden, any good exercise to strengthen a bad back? So to strengthen your back, I would recommend stretching out before the exercise. You could also use a foam roller, really good for promoting your back, your lower back, and bringing that into play. In terms of the exercises themselves, I would focus on going light, but bringing in dumbbell work. So you will be doing, say, a dumbbell deadlift and focusing on the area that you're trying to improve. So your lower back, you'd be hinging over, and just feeling the tension as you come through. So definitely foam rolling, stretching out, and the dumbbell deadlift for that one. Next question. What do you recommend for someone trying to eat good while on the go or traveling a lot? So firstly, if you're traveling a lot, I would prepare your meals beforehand. Now, obviously if you're traveling on planes, that might be difficult. So just getting the basics in order is to prepare your meals and just know what you're going to eat. So just again, looking for proteins, minimum carbs, minimum fats. And again, in order to do that, you could also bring in protein shakes as well. And as that is a quick fix, you could say it's a quick intake of protein. It'll keep your metabolism on the go also. So definitely preparing your meals and looking for a high protein source to keep you going throughout your journey. Into the next question. Is it a good idea to train and focus on one body part or group in particular? So, in order to train and focus on one body part, it depends on your split. So if you're working out 3 times a week, you might want to split that up into a push and a pull, and maybe focus on legs on one particular day. So again, you would be working on the upper body on one day, bringing in the lower body on day 2, and then on day 3 you may be just focusing on the legs themselves. So to recap, definitely split it up into upper, lower, upper and lower, and then a lower body for legs themselves. So into the next one, intermittent fasting. What are your thoughts? So I don't particularly do intermittent fasting, but I know people that does, and they see good results from it. And just to give you an example, if you're going to be doing intermittent fasting, you could do so on an empty stomach. You could be doing your cardio first thing in the morning and doing that on an empty stomach. So you're burning your calories in the morning, and then afterwards you're going to have the first meal of the day. So you're replenishing what you lost through exercise through the food. So again, what works for you might not work for somebody else. So somebody else might be lifting weights, doing a strength session, and they may need calories in their system to reap the benefits of that workout. So up next, what's the best exercise to work the tummy muscles? So working your core, you would want to be looking at the side core, the mid core, and the lower core. So to work the tummy muscles, you would be looking at moves such as leg raises, which would work your lower abs. You would be looking for side crunches, which would work your obliques, your side abs. And in order to work the mid core, you could be bringing in exercises such as mountain climbers. So bringing it all together, you want to be looking at the 3 planes to work the core. So the lower, the side, and the mid core. Up next, progressive overload. What? Okay, so progressive overload, to answer that question, is improving each week on your lifts. So how much you can lift 1 week, improving the next week. So just gradually increasing the weight. And what that does is it gradually increases the strength on each exercise. So again, just taking a note of what you're going to be lifting, what you lift in 1 week, and taking a note the following week. So that way you can progressively and gradually see how much you are improving week by week. So next one, favorite upper body exercise. Okay, for me, that's an easy one. I really enjoy doing the dumbbell row for my back, so the dumbbell bench row. So I find that you can lift heavier on that because you're bringing the weight towards your body. So with that, you can work obviously the right side and the left side of your back, tying into the mid back. And yeah, that's my favorite upper body exercise, is the dumbbell upright row. Next question, a nutrition one. So best fat sources. So a quick answer on that, in my opinion, is nut butter, peanuts, cashew nuts, almond nuts, coconut oil, and avocado. So for me, they're the main sources that I take in, and I definitely recommend them. So on to the next one. How long should you stick to a diet? So sticking to a diet, already that sounds like you're setting yourself up for failure. It's not sticking to the diet, it's making it part of your routine and part of your lifestyle. So I'd recommend just literally rephrasing that question, because if you see it as a chore, you're not going to see it in for the long term. And having a routine, you will be having your quality meals spaced throughout the day, and you got to think of the longevity. So you're not seeing it as a chore, but just seeing it benefit your body. So as the saying goes, what you put in is what you get out. So that relates to this as well. So on to the next question, workout question. So how do you split up your current workout routine? So for me currently, so since the start of the year, I like to change up my routine. So since the new year, I'm literally training 5 days a week. So how that works is I split up between upper, lower, and total body workouts, but I also bring in arms on one day on its own. So that's usually, say, on a Saturday. So I work out Monday, Tuesday, rest day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And it gives me an opportunity to work the muscles that I want to work, but working the opposing muscle also. So for example, if I'm working the front delts on day 1, I can come back on day 3 and work the rear delt. So I'm utilizing all the muscle groups throughout the week, and that works perfectly for me. So on to the next one again, and again it's another workout related question. How often should you train cardio? So to answer that depends on the person. So if you're looking to lose weight, you might be focusing your workouts around cardio. So what that might mean is looking to use the treadmill more often, or to do conditioning work such as dumbbell thrusters or the med ball slams. Whereas on the opposite way, if you're looking to gain weight or gain muscle, you might bring the level of cardio down to a low intensity, and you might just do that low intensity cardio 2 times a week, 3 times a week. So you would be looking for more strength based exercises if you're looking to gain muscle, whereas if you're looking to lose weight, you will be bringing in more conditioning and more cardio throughout the week. So next one is pre-workout ? So to answer your question, I presume you mean, is pre-workout good for you throughout the week? or for your workouts? To answer that, I'd say yes, because for me, I don't take pre-workout every day, but I do throughout the week. So that could be once a week or twice a week. And the pre-workout definitely gives you a nice lift coming into the training session. But for me personally, I mostly drink coffee and get my caffeine fix through that. I drink black coffee, and I find that gives me just as good a buzz or an adrenaline rush for the workout itself. And again, that comes down to the person. If you go for coffee, if you want to go for the pre-workout itself, it's up to you. So absolutely, yes, go for it. So bringing us into the next one, how often should you have a cheat meal? So a cheat meal, again, whenever you want, I suppose, because you're working out, you would want to be working out to have a cheat meal. But just rephrasing that again, you could say a treat meal. You're working out hard and you may see the end of the week, say Saturday, Friday, as the reward for working out hard throughout the week. So it's something to look forward to for you. And again, bringing back and basing in your nutrition, your routine. So you're taking in so many meals throughout the week. So I'm going to say you're eating 5 meals a day, 7 days a week. So bringing in 2 meals out of that for food that you enjoy. So that could be pizza, that could be burgers. Just that's going to do no harm for you at all, and it might even make that next workout that much better. So cheat meals gets a yes from me. Next question, how many hours of sleep should you be getting? So to answer that, firstly, I'm not an expert on sleep, but from my experience is if you're having anywhere between 6 to 8 hours a night, that seems to be the sweet spot. Even less than that if you're having a deep sleep throughout the night, so where you're not waking at night at all, that could be even 4 hours. So 4 hours of quality sleep is definitely better than 6 to 8 hours of sleep where you're falling in and out of the sleep. And again, just I suppose not being an expert on sleep, but things to look out for is to improve your sleep. You might want to cut back on water later in the night so you're not making trips to the bathroom throughout the night as well. So just little things like that, and bringing that into play will definitely play a factor on how deep your sleep is throughout the night. So on to the next one, and we're going back to nutrition again. Should you eat carbs at night? So my response to that is yes, of course. Should you eat carbs at night? So carbs are an essential macronutrient, and everyone should have them in their diet, in their nutrition routine. So should you eat them at night? Yeah, it depends on your workout. So if you're working out later in the evening and you need to replenish your body with the post-workout meal, you're definitely gonna have to have carbs in that. So that could be a low release of carbs, that could be a medium or a high carbs, depending on your goal. So again, even if you're working routine nighttime, if you're working a job and that is nighttime, so you'll be bringing your meals with you to work, and definitely you will need them also. So on to the next one. What should a beginner focus on when joining the gym? So to answer that, again, it depends on the person. To focus on goal-wise, again, going back to what I said earlier, if you're looking to lose weight and you're a beginner, you might want to familiarize yourself with the cardio machines or the conditioning elements of your workout. On the other end, if you're looking to gain muscle or gain weight, you would be looking at more strength and hypertrophy, so dumbbells, barbells, and stuff like that. So again, for everyone that is a beginner, I suppose, just familiarizing yourself with the whole gym setting itself and getting familiar with each equipment and how they operate is definitely the first port of call on that. So up next, back to nutrition. How much time do you space out between meals? So for me personally, just to answer that, so 2 to 3 hours for me. And again, that could be different for you. You could be working later in the day, you could be working early mornings and finding it hard to get that time in between each meal. But definitely leaving that window of 2 to 3 hours is definitely a smart idea. Okay, so next question. I've been eyeing up a weighted vest. Would this be good to use while out for a walk? And would there be other uses? So to answer that, I don't actually use a weighted vest, but from what I know that they are really good. You've got more tension on each muscle. So if you were using a weighted vest for ab exercises, so if you're doing the weighted pull down with the weighted vest on, you're putting more focus on the core. If you're doing pull-ups and you're adding in the weighted vest, you're putting more focus on the back. So again, to answer that question, with walking, yeah, maybe, because you're walking, and if you're dependent on the pace that you're walking, you may be focusing on the core more and bringing in more of the conditioning element also. So I suppose it's one of them where you want to just test it out yourself and see how it goes for you. So bringing us into the next question. Which is better, lightweight and more reps, or heavyweight and less reps? Lightweight with more reps is definitely a smart idea. It's smart if you're doing any form of a circuit class. So if you're going to be lifting lighter on the circuit class, it's a good idea because you're timed and you can get more reps throughout the session. Whereas if you're in the gym and you've got more time, you can definitely go heavier and less reps. So again, bringing in the hypertrophy element, you're going to see progressive overload throughout the week. You can measure that and scale up the weight with the heavier weight. So yeah, definitely lighter weight if you're under time, heavier weight if you've got more time. Next question actually comes in relation to my strength and conditioning classes. So are your classes for all ability levels? Yes, absolutely. So first of all, everyone starts out at some point in their journey, and that could be slow, that could be fast, the time that they adapt to each exercise. But from my own experience, I've had people join my classes that have had no experience at all, and just seeing them progress week by week, not only physically but their confidence also. So to answer that question, I would definitely say yes, my classes are for all fitness levels, so get in on them classes. So this is going to bring us into the last question of the Q&A. So your thoughts on calorie tracking and when to track. So firstly, my thoughts on calorie tracking. Definitely is a good idea. It definitely gives you an idea of how much calories you're taking in throughout the day. It definitely shows you where you need to improve. Do you need more carbs in your diet? Do you need more protein in your diet? Should you bring down your fat levels? So definitely a good idea. And if you're just going to be doing that and you don't want to be bombarded by measuring your food each week, so I just take a number and measure that for 1 week, and in your head you've got an idea of what you're eating, so you don't need to measure out strictly week by week by week. So definitely knowing your baseline calories and going from there is definitely a smart idea. And when to use it. So when to use those calories. So again, I'd look out for before working out and after working out. So after working out, you want to be taking in carbs and protein in that meal. Before working out, you might want to have more high protein in your diet and less carbs, depending on your goal again. So again, it's very much goal orientated, and what works for you will not work for somebody else. So yes, definitely having an idea of your baseline calories is definitely the best way to start on that one. So that concludes today's question and answers. Some really good questions in there, and I really enjoyed answering each and every one of them. So again, if you haven't, just check out the Instagram for more tips and tricks. And this is one that I would like to come back to in the future and keep that rolling. So until the next one, see you then.